Hey you guys, today I'm gonna do Mob Wife season 6 episode 3. Um let's just get into it. I don't even want to tell you how I felt about it. Let's get into it. Um the ladies is still in the Southamptons or whatever. So they go to this yard party that Carla invited them to, her friend's yard party. She said for the bougie people. I said, okay. Okay, but y'all there though. But she wants to show her friends like a different side or whatever, and she's like, "I hope they don't embarrass me." And I'm sitting there like, "Well, why you taking them?" I'm just saying, you know y'all, you know your friends, so why would you take them? Um, but you have Big Ange and Brittany. They're talking and getting to know each other, getting along, and they're talking about Marissa, and Marissa saying the little lush word and how it made Brittany feel. But they laughing it off or whatever, and they like shit. Well, we gonna get lushy together, and I like that about them. They just there to party. They not there to be all uppity and not have a good time. And then you got Marissa and Renee over there talking about the same little situation, but she's saying she gonna let it go or whatever, and she just want her to be respectful. I'm like, girl, who? I hate when people think they hard because of who they spouse is. Girl, please. um but then they end up all drinking. They end up pressuring Marissa to take shots, and at once Marissa took shots with them, everybody was having a good time and drinking and stuff like that. So that was cool. I liked it. I like to see the ladies all getting along and having a good time. Then you had the next day, the girls is hung over like a mug, like in the bed sleep, and this yoga instructor come over early. I was with Renee. I don't care. Like, if I'm hung over and tired and I went out the night before, there's no way the yoga and she would have went home. I would have been like, we're gonna just pay you for our services because it's our bad that you came out, but you got to go. But some of the girls, um, most of the girls did it except Renee. Ended up doing the yoga. Big Angie did as much as she could before she quit. But it was an extra girl there. I don't know if I was seeing some things, but it was an extra girl there in the corner. Because I saw Brittany, Carla, and somebody else on that end. Brittany, Carla, oh, and Big Angie in the front. And Renee and Marissa ended up being in the back, but it was another girl. It was 3 people in the back and 3 people in the front. And I was sitting there like, who the hell was the extra girl? Because Drita not there. But y'all leave it. Was I tripping? I don't know. Anyway, like I said, they end up having a nice time doing that. The whole Southampton trip, besides that lushy word, really was a good time. They end up having brunch at the house. They Carla had a personal chef come over for the ladies to cook because they did, have went out the night before, and they were talking about how good, and Karen was saying how good of a trip it was, and it was peaceful. And then Renee wants to bring up, oh, except for the drama that happened between them. I'm like, girl, really, really, shut up. That's how I look. Like, why would you say that? Like, trying to start bringing up drama. So then they was like, no, that's over with. We put that behind us. It's over. So then they started talking about, Big Ann started talking about her constitutional rights and stuff was taken from her because of her felony charges, and how she can't get her liquor license and stuff like that because of all of this, and how it's affecting her. And so while she was talking about that and the girls giving her comfort about that, here come Renee again, bringing up Carla. I think you need to talk to Drita. I'm like, why? Why are we having this conversation right now? Everybody is getting along. We're giving Big Aunt, good advice and comforting her about, everything is going to be okay. And you want to be Debbie Downer, Renee. Why? I didn't understand why Renee bringing this up. But Everybody is telling her, Carla, she needs to talk to her. And I was kind of with Karen, like, sometimes you sit down and talk and nothing is resolved. And a lot of times shit just get worse. Especially when people don't own up to their bullshit. So I get that. But hey, if you want to work the shit out and be cool, talk. If you don't give two flying fucks, leave it alone and keep it pushing. Like, I feel like, well, we'll get to that. Whatever. So, anyway, then we see Renee is back at home with, she's at this little eating place, little fast food old place. And her son AJ is sitting there. His girlfriend Andrea is the waitress or whatever. So after she do her little orders or whatever, she come and sit with them, and they're talking about the wedding. And AJ is looking at his mama like, if you don't shut up, because she wants to know what kind of wedding Andrea want. And I'm like, he gave her a promise ring, didn't he? But then they started talking about him getting engaged to the girl and them moving in with her. And I'm just sitting there like, this is so awkward. And I'm sitting here with AJ like, mama, shut up. Shut up, Renee. Like, come on. And then the girl probably just looking like she want to please Renee. So she like, okay. And then, because when it came up to the engagement, I think the girlfriend was going along with what AJ wanted. So when he was saying he didn't want a wedding, she was agreeing, but she really wanted one. So when his mama brought it up, she was oh so on board with it, because he looking like, wait, where the hell did this come from? But then, they're gonna probably get engaged and have a long engagement because they don't not ready to get married. And then she talking about moving in, and they talking about the house is haunted, and AJ scared to take a shower by himself. I said, I know this is reality TV, boo-boo, but you wasn't supposed to put your man on blast like that. You really wasn't, because I'm already thinking a little boy punk, and then you gonna tell me he's scared to take a shower by himself. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But she said she gonna hire a medium to come to the house to see what kind of spirits it is, and if it's good spirits, the girl gonna move in. Kind of awkward, but okay. I'm like, where are they living at now? Because just because this bitch better go buy a dog, a cat, some foster kids, get a man. I don't know, but me move back in with my mama because she lonely, that wouldn't happen. Whatever. Karen and Drita meet up. This was the part that I was waiting on. I'm just saying, but it didn't give me what I wanted. Karen is like, what's up? Like, I hear you calling me phony and fake. Like, what's up? Drita like, yeah, I called everybody fake. She was like, well, that's including you too then, if that's the case, because bitch, we got into it before too, and now we cool. So, and Drita don't seem to understand that concept. Y'all talk bad about her. I'm like, bitch, you had a fight with Karen twice. These two dragouts, Karen and her cousin jumped you, and you were back cordial with her. So I don't understand. Did we miss something that they called themselves best friends? Because she was like, it's a difference between being cordial and being best friends. And Karen was like, you never been around. Sorry about the plane. But Karen was like, sorry, you never been around to know like me and Carla's relationship. And Drita didn't want to hear that. And I was with Karen when she said that Drita gets very, very defensive when she really don't have no comeback. When people call her out on her shit and she really don't have a comeback, all of a sudden she start going big and hard, and homegirl was like, lower your voice. She got mad because Karen told her to lower her voice and don't raise her voice at her. You gets mad. And I'm sitting there, she like, we grown women, we can sit here and talk. I didn't understand Drita's not understanding that concept. You don't tell me to lower your voice. Really? You want to fight? You want to fight? You came to the park to fight, first of all, because you had on stretch pants, tennis shoes, a hat. You was ready. Karen wasn't ready. That's probably why Karen backed down on that fight, because she ain't scared of you. That's for real, for real. She not scared of you, but I think she was like, bitch, I got heels on. I'm not finna get out here and tussle with you when you a little bit more prepared than I am. But, and I'm with Karen, like, we can't have a conversation. Like, how old are you that you getting this fucking buck over me being friends with somebody else? Like, it was, Drita made herself seem real immature and real petty over this whole situation of other women being friends with another woman. Especially like Karen said, we all have said shit about each other and we all cool. So I didn't understand that part. Then they start talking about being friends. And Drita basically tells Karen that they ain't friends. I said, huh? What happened with the conversation y'all had? Y'all sat down, and this is why Karen had this conversation with you, because you guys agreed that if y'all had problems, y'all would talk it out face to face. And this is what Karen did as a courtesy and a friend to you, but all of a sudden, y'all not friends. I understand y'all not being friends, but the way she said it, it was just like, well, bitch, you could have told me that the last time we had a conversation. I wouldn't have been wasting my time with your motherfucking ass. Then you can call me fake. But I don't, and I understand, Karen. I don't see where the fuck I'm fake at. I just don't understand where she's fake at. Big Ed and Brittany meets up and they're hanging out and they're talking about, the trip and, them getting along and stuff like that and wanting to know more about each other. And then Brittany was saying how she wished she would have got to meet Drita. Drita was at the trip or whatever. So then they was like, well, I'm glad Drita's coming by. Then Drita all of a sudden walks up. And they getting along, everybody getting along, being cool. They're talking about Marlon and stuff like that. Marissa. Then they start talking about Marissa and how Drita don't too much care for Marissa either. She knows her boyfriend, but she don't care for Marissa because Marissa looked at her like with a rat face. She said, when she met her, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so stupid. But then while they're talking, you got Marissa and Karen sitting there talking about her encounter where she was talking about Brittany, and she was she was trying to talk. She was talking to Karen about Brittany, and I like how Karen said, I have loyalty to both of y'all. I have loyalty to you because of your boyfriend. I know your boyfriend, but I also have loyalty to her because of her father. So she really didn't want to really get into it, but homegirl kept talking and was like, I didn't understand how she didn't know how she got mad about a word. She didn't even know what the word was. And I was like, well, yeah, you got her at that point. But bitch, if a person don't want to be called something, especially once they find out what the definition of it is, then you just have to respect that they don't want to be called that. Like, come on, it's not that big of a deal. So anyway, let's move on from that. Drita was talking about Renee and Karen and how they was hating on Carla and how much they hate her and all this kind of stuff. Then she brings up Renee fought everybody. Remember that. She said Renee fought everybody. She named everybody Renee fought and said Renee is the queen of drama. I can see where she's coming from with that because Renee have fought with everybody. But we'll get back on to that. Renee has this medium over, and the lady come over, go straight to the room, say it's two women over there. It's the grandma and it's the little girl. They ain't no harm. She also told her to cleanse certain people from your life and be afraid of the living and not the dead. Okay. Big Ange go to her lawyer and he basically tell her as it's consequences to this shit. You ain't gonna get your damn license back. Don't even think about it. Drita and Brittany goes to the gym to work out. And then they're talking about, family life and how the family and the kids are affected when the fathers go and the grandfathers and all that, and the men in the life go to jail, and how it affects people. And I can get that because I'm a product of my father being in jail when I was younger too. So I get that and how it affects kids and stuff like that. But they be acting like these motherfuckers still in jail. This man went to jail when she was 8 months old. He was in there till she was 11. You grew up with him your teenage years, like the real critical parts of your life and stuff like that. He's out now. But they be trying to make it seem like these motherfuckers in jail now doing life and all this bullshit. And I just be like, really? Because my family be doing time. So for them to say, oh, he did 11 years. And I'm like, nigga, I got people in jail doing 2 consecutive life terms. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um. Anyway, they start talking about starting over, and it went from them talking about family and the conversation was going good, them getting to know each other, to Drita talking about how she had to start over, and the other women kind of didn't understand that because Karen got a tanning booth in her bed and Renee got this. And I'm sitting there like, oh, here we go. Here we go of you bringing up these bitches that ain't there, that you don't like, that's fake and phony, but you sitting there talking about them. Okay, but see, she started talking that Brittany, and then that made Brittany old messy ass was like, well, God, like she kind of basically said, regardless of what the other people say about you, I want to get to know you for myself and all this kind of shit. And then she was like, just because I'm Karen's friend doesn't mean I can't be your friend, which is true. You know, just she was brought to the group by Karen, but it is up to her to get to know all the women and stuff like that. I get that, but the bitch was still messy as fuck. Um, then, that just made Drita start talking shit, calling the ladies drama lovers and all that. I'm like, bitch, you want keeping up the drama because this time the drama is surrounding you. All the ladies meet up, and Big Aunt is telling the ladies about her career and how she can't get her stuff back, and they feeling bad for her. And like I said, giving her, encouragement, telling her it's gonna be okay and stuff like that, and feeling, bad for her. And then Renee brings tell Carla, well, I need to catch you up on what I was told, what Drita said, that I was the common denominator of the drama. I said, what bitch in the group went back? I'm thinking Big Ant went back, I ain't gonna lie, because there's only certain people there. But no, it's this messy bitch, Brittany. I said, first of all, Big Ann should have checked her. Big Ann should have checked the shit out of Brittany instead. She was adding on to the conversation too. Talking about, And I'm sitting there like, no, you should have checked, just stop that conversation and check the shit out of her and say, why did you go back and tell her what was said at my house? Bitch, what was said at my house stays at my motherfucking house. I would have checked the shit out of Brittany. I felt like she was all the way wrong. Because you don't even like Renee. So why the fuck would you go back and tell her what was said when you don't like her? You over there agreeing with Drita when it was talking about her not getting along with everybody and how she rubbed you the wrong way and all this kind of stuff. But you went back and told her what was said. She would have got checked at that table, but they want to know what was said and all this kind of stuff, so they gonna engage in this stupid ass conversation. So, then they all talking about the whole situation and how everybody needs to talk and all this kind of stuff. And somehow it got so when Big Ant was over there taking up for Drita and all this kind of stuff, and it got on Drita and Carla. And Big Ant lets it out because Carla was saying, Big Ant was saying that Drita defends Carla. Carla said, no, I've always defended Drita. I don't remember to go back that far. I don't give a fuck to know who defended who. I just know all of a sudden they wasn't friends and I didn't understand why. But Big Ange let it slip about Carla being in a relationship and how she was like, okay, sometime I get be in a relationship with a dude ain't no good. She was like, no, that beats you up. And Carla said, huh? And Karen said, I heard that too. Renee said, I heard that too. Renee has said, what are you talking about? I'm the big common denominator. Drita fought everybody, and I'm the common denominator. I said, that's funny how Drita feel Renee is the common denominator. Renee feels, I said, both of them bitches and fought everybody. Both of them bitches think they queen bitch on the show. So both of them be having to prove something every fucking season. Every fucking season. Both of them. I'm not putting it on one. Both of them are problems for the show. Both of them always be drama filled. Come on now, just be fucking for real. But I think Drita was way the fuck out of line, and I agree with Carla and being pissed off about her going back telling these women something she told her in confidence. But bitch, they fake and phony? Wow. That's why I need, what is Drita's problem with Carla? I don't understand. And I don't want this whole season to be of what is Drita's problem with Carla, and then we gotta wait till the reunion to fucking find out. Can we hurry the fuck up with this bullshit? It's stupid. It's stupid. Anyway, that's my review. Sorry it's long, but I had to tell y'all how I felt about this episode. My Wife, Season 6, Episode 3. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about it. Follow me on all social medias by The Ghetto View, THA, not THE. And if you follow me on social media and I don't follow you back, please let me know in the comment section or wherever you're following me. Say follow me back, because I don't want people to think that I'm just not following y'all back on stuff. Yeah, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace out.